Hi, my name is Matthew Rosas. I am currently a teacher and coach at Holy Cross Catholic Academy in Amarillo, Texas. I am using the Holy Cross basketball team, varsity boys, for today's activity. We're hoping to utilize this activity in order to build our team chemistry up and be more focused on the task-oriented motivation and get away from ego-oriented motivation. We have 3 activities today. We are learning a new team prayer. We're going to have the boys line up into, I'm going to assign each one a word or two in that prayer, and they're going to have to line up in order to complete that task of that prayer. We will also have 2 questions on the board, and each student must answer those, each athlete must answer those questions, and each teammate must present what that question and answer was. And then we will have a physical side of it. We'll be outside doing partner sprints that are timed and snake run that is also timed. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Today, you will be outside. There's going to be 3 points today. And do a team running, okay, partner running. You know your partners you're with right now. And then we're going to come back in here and see if we retained any memory from what we did the first event, okay? So before we start, we do have a new team prayer. Remember when every practice, every game, we would do these team prayers. Our new one is this one up here. I've said it a couple times last year, but we're going to do it every day from here on out. Every practice, every basketball training, all the way to our actual practices on October 15th. Okay? So, John, will you lead us in prayer, please?
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but rather of power and love and self-control.
In your name we pray. Amen. I want y'all to remember that prayer because it's going to come back again. So I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes, okay, to go over it 3 or 4 times in your head. You will see that again, okay? You will see that again. Again, we will be saying this every day. So every time we pray, we will have somebody. Shane and Marcos have been doing great with our prayer, is giving us, we want a great practice, no injuries, and then we will do our team prayer, okay? All right. So, like I said, you will be seeing this again today. Now, we have 2 questions that I want y'all to answer on y'all's paper, okay? So I want you to label 1 and 2 on that paper. Go ahead and put your name at the top right, please. Put your name at the top right.
Give me one.
Name at the top right. So again, we are a group at this point. This is our first time forming together, creating an atmosphere of basketball. Okay, we didn't have football this year, so this is our first sport going into it. We're a group. What separates a group from a team? We've had this discussion before. What separates it? Luke?
Leadership and unity.
Leadership and unity. What else? Respect.
Us liking each
Us actually socially enjoying each other, right? Being tolerant of each other.
other. Knowing each other.
Knowing each other. So we're going to do that a little bit today. Again, you have partners, but we're going to get to know each other as a whole right now. I want you to answer these 2 questions. Most important person in your life and why. Okay, you don't have to write me a paragraph. Just tell me tell us who the most important person is, and tell us the reason why. Okay, and then your strength on the court. So you got 2 questions to answer. Okay, so take a couple minutes. Think about who that most important person is, because that plays a significant role in who you are, how you carry yourself. And if that first one, we're going to give you a little bit of time on this. If that first one stumps you a little bit, go ahead and do the second one first, and then move on to the number 1. your strength on the court. What do you believe is your strongest physical feature on the court? Strong crossover, pull-up jumper, defense, man-to-man defense, your zone play.
The X we put.
Oh, don't worry about the X or the check mark. That'll make sense later. Again, all this is going to make sense. Okay, the X and check mark we'll do it later on. We will go through each of y'all here in a bit. Once we all finish, we're all going to actively listen to each of us so we understand where everyone is coming from. Who that person, that stronghold in that person's life is to you, and what is the strength. That's important. We need to know each other's strengths on the court.
My grandparents, because they're always with me. I can go to them for whatever, even though they may not know the best.
Even though they what?
May not know the best.
Okay, good. And number two.
I said I'm a decent 3-and-D guy, but I want to be more than that.
Okay, 3 in defense. Right. All right. John, number one.
I put my parents because I tell them everything and they both give me advice when I'm in trouble. And I am who I am today mostly because of them.
Okay. Shane, what did Shane say? Or Jordan say? Who was the most influential?
His grandparents, because he's always around them. Yeah.
Good. Who can state the prayer? Aaron?
Let me think. Something about God did not give us a spirit of like cowardness, but of power, self-control, and love.
Okay, close. That's good. John?
God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather of power, love, and self-control.
Very good. Okay. Keep pretending that, guys. All right. Aaron Vincent, what'd you write? Number one.
Number one, I put the most important people in my life are my friends, always there for me and lift me up.
Good. And number two.
Giving others courage.
Giving another shirt. Yeah, that's exactly what you're here for. Okay, good. Alex.
But my mom, because my mom was always there for me. She looks out for me.
Okay. And number two.
I think my strength on the court is my crossover.
Crossover. Good. Dink. Number one.
My mom, because she helped me out a lot and always there for me.
Okay.
And two is just going up strong in the paint.
What was it?
Going up strong in the paint.
Strong in the paint. Good. Pierce. What was John's?
John's his most important person. It was his parents because he can always go to them, and he is who he is today mostly because of them.
Okay, good. Did we get your number two?
I just,
Go ahead and tell us your number two.
okay, but my strength is hard or like hype for my brothers on the team.
Good. We understand our role. We talked about role clarity, and I told you in the beginning, we know who's going to start. We're going to compete, but we're not going to have competition. John understands where he stands, and he's fighting his spot. He's trying to fight on the roster. He's trying to fight a spot. He's doing really well, but you have a place on this team, no matter what, and you know what that is, so that's good. All right, Pierce.
Number one, I put me because like when everything else is stripped away, you have yourself.
That's good.
And then for two, I put defense overall.
Defense. Very true. Aaron Ronquillo, number one.
I put my parents because they do a lot for me. And two, I'm a decent shooter, but I want to be better at my craft.
That's your craft. Good. Shane?
I said my brother Ryan, because he's been my best friend my whole life. And on two, I said my greatest strength is passing and operating an offense smoothly, like as a team.
Good. Good. Orchestrating things in your path. Like we said last year, we tried to get Shane the first triple-double. I think we've had it in a long time, so hopefully we get that this year. That's what you do really well. So, Zeke?
I said God because he leads my life and I can always turn for him.
help with more than actual person, I guess my parents.
Your parents?
Some people.
Okay. And number 2?
I can handle the ball well, and I know how to last out the game, because there's a lot of playing time that goes into a small school like this. Last to it.
Right. And that's very important, having endurance, right? And like I stated earlier, we're only playing 7 guys, 7 to 8. So those 7 have to be in great shape. And then the bench players have to push those 7 to be in great shape, which then translates to you. All right, Luke.
I put my dad, he's trying to grow me into a man. He teaches me everything I need to know, so I'm not like lost in the world.
Let's go.
And for number 2, I put I'm a good passer with court vision, pretty good ball handler, decent scorer, and I'm good at making space.
Good. And Anthony and Carlos. Anthony.
For role models, I put my mom. She helps me when I screw up, helps me out with that. My dad, because he just like really helps me like strive to be better
Good.
as both a person and an athlete. And 2, I don't really put anything. I'm not very good at basketball.
Okay, so but on the manager's side, what have y'all noticed that Anthony and Aaron's been doing for y'all in y'all's basketball training? Can y'all point something out for Anthony?
They're at least there.
They're there, passing ball. I mean, these are things that they can get away from so they can focus on their craft. Y'all are doing a lot. Y'all are doing a lot. Okay, what were you gonna say, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're making good passes, so y'all have been impressing me. So thank you.
Getting hit by Dean.
Exactly. Y'all had Aaron. We had Aaron the other day getting worked by some of those guys, but he sticks in there. So I mean, we appreciate y'all just helping out. And then last, Carlos.
The most important person is my mom, because she's always there. So is my dad, but she, the strength on the court is mid-range shots, something that you work out in the gym.
Good. Mid-range. Okay. Is there? I'm going to ask y'all right now, because I'm about to gather these sheets. With your names need to be on them. Okay. Is there anybody you forgot? Go ahead and say it right now. 1 or 2. Because we're going to have a point. There's going to be incentives, and we're going to compete here on how far and how high we remember everybody.
Dean, what was your most important person?
Is my mom.
And what?
Because she helps out a lot. And so is there.
What was that? Okay. Aaron Vincent? Is that who you're asking, Luke?
No, I was asking.
Aaron Vincent, what was yours?
Number 1?
It was friends, right?
Your friends, okay? Anybody else? On 1 or 2?
What was yours?
One.
What was the reason why? Your parents why?
God, Aaron,
What was yours, Carlos?
My mom.
your dad,
Mom.
Ryan,
Mom. Right? Wait, Aaron, what was your second?
Oh, second one too?
What?
Second one too.
Oh,
Go ahead and ask now. Ask now.
how?
We're gonna get it down.
Mom? Parents.
Luke put a lot. What'd you put?
You basically said you were an all-around
As long as
player.
you say I'm a good passer with court vision.
All around player. So put Luke as all around player.
Mom,
That's pretty much what he said he was.
Shooter,
Ryan,
height man, shooter.
Mom, dad?
Hey, Luke, what was
All right.
the second one?
Let's go ahead and push up these papers. Y'all had y'all's chance.
Passer with
Push those papers up. I'm gonna gather them. All right, the reason we do this is because we do want we want team cohesion where we are all one unit and we can work as a team, but we need to figure each other out socially. Okay? The best teams, we already stated this, the best teams understand each other off the court and know each other's personal life. I mean, know things that tick, what buttons can be pushed that hurts that person. So we need to understand who, like I said, the most important person in someone's life is very significant into somebody and how they carry themselves, okay? So, like I said, we have these check and X marks because there are a total of 24 right answers. 2 times 12, 24. Our goal as a team to get our social cohesion together is 18. We gotta get 18 right. 18 right, okay? And you're going to get a chance to do that. We're going to say the prayer one last time, and then we're going to go outside, okay? In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather of power, love, self-control. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, let's go outside, guys. We're going to leave everything in here. Stay with your partner. Stay with your partners.
Jane.
Well, I already forgot what all my stuff is.
First, behind them, Deacon Alex.
This small kid is too.
Coach, get it right, dude.
After them, Shane and Carlos. Ding and Aaron. Luke and Pierce. John and Jordan. All right. Listen up, listen up, listen up. We are going to do partner sprints. Your partner is going to be on your back. You have to sprint to the end of the cone, switch, and back. Our goal is to get 2 minutes for everybody to go through. You got 2 minutes. Now, we got two of our larger guys, Ding and Aaron. I'm going to put Aaron, Vincent, and Anthony, once they finish, they're going to be on each of y'all's back. And y'all have to run the whole course. Okay? All right. We are doing this twice. This is our practice round first.
Wait, what?
Piggyback. It's a piggyback. Ready? No, you're on his back.
Oh, I'm bad.
2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. Not yet, not yet, not yet. They have to come all the way back. So just wait. You got to wait for your partner. Switch, let's go. Once they get across, y'all are up. Hey, scoot over a little bit. How's that? Hey, right here, right here, right here.
Come on, Anthony.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, y'all got to hit 2 minutes because I got a surprise at the end of this. Go, 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 go.
Hey, hop on, Aaron. Get on Ding. Anthony, get on Ding. Just get ready.
Minute 20. Minute 20. Go. You only got 1 minute left. You only got 1 minute left.
Hurry up! Come on, Jay!
No, we're just killing him.
Go! Go, Carlos! Go, Carlos! At the same time, back and forth. Uh-oh. 40 seconds! Go, go,
big
go,
boy.
go, 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 go!
Oh, God!
Go, go, faster! Let's go. Alright, so listen. That was about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to drop it to 2:15. This is your action. I'm telling you, I got an incentive if we make both these times. Alright? You got 2 minutes, 15 seconds. This is the actual run now.
1. Ready? Go! Get moving! Let's go, Alex! Run fast! Y'all gotta move, y'all gotta move.
Let's go! Come on, let's go!
I mean, once you get back to the 30 you're like this.
There you go, come on, Alex!
Let's go, let's go, Zeke! Zeke, sprint!
Go!
There we go.
There we go, Anthony, there we go, let's go!
Hey, let's go! Come on, Anthony!
Hey, 138, 138.
Hurry up!
138. Hey, here, go ahead. Let's go! 145! Hey, once they get right here, take off.
It's a pillow!
Let's go, Shay!
Let's go!
That's the way to move! Oh, get up! Get on his back, hurry! Go, there you go! 1 minute. Got 1 minute. Y'all gotta get moving.
Hurry up, man!
Go. 30 seconds. Hey, they got 30 seconds. They're gonna have to move.
Let's go, come on!
It's gonna be difficult.
Go. You got 20 seconds. Go.
Go, Jordan!
10, 9, 8, 7. Go, John. Go. Go. Finish.
We did it.
Good work. Punch it up. Alright. Take a break. Coach, we can break hard.
John and I got
Long line. From here. Yeah. Snake run.
Wait, what now? Why?
Snake run. You okay, John?
Yeah.
Your stomach?
No, I just called.
Alright. So on the snake run, we got about 2 minutes and 25 seconds on that last one. We were close. Okay? In the snake run, you must get 1:30. From around this, what is that? Your wood pole. Around the backstop. Around the side. Right through here.
Everyone has to go through?
Everyone has to go through. Okay? 1:30. 1:30. Or we already don't have our incentive. I'm not going to show you what I was going to show you. Or if you make it in 1:20, y'all make up for what you just did. Cut off 10 seconds. Is that what y'all want to shoot for? 1:20. 1:20. Ready?
Chop.
Go, snake! Stay in line. Go, Jordan! Jordan, move. Stay in line. Ding. Stay up. Hey, slow down.
Go. 20. Slow down. Go, Carlos. Anthony, go. 10. Go. All right, stop. Clap it up. Let's go. We got our 2 last tasks. I'm about to assign somebody a couple letters. And then we're going to do our number system to see if we can get 18 out of 24. We got Alex, did not. Jordan, give us. Zeke, to Timothy. Remember your words. Alex again, did not. Jordan, give us. Zeke, to Timothy. Vincent, control. Okay, remember your words. Shane, of power. Anthony, of cowardice. Luke, 1-7. John, for God. Dean, and love. Ronquillo, and self. Anthony, I told you what?
Cowardice.
You're of cowardice. Anthony, you are but rather. Okay? Of cowardice, but rather. Carlos, a spirit. Does everybody remember theirs? Ronquillo, yours is and self. And self. John, what was yours? Pierce?
Of cowardice.
Carlos?
A spirit.
Good. Dean?
And love.
All right. Vincent?
Control.
Zeke?
To Timothy.
Jordan?
Give us.
Okay. Alex?
Did not.
Okay. All right, here we go. Y'all may talk amongst each other before you give an answer. Okay? You want to make sure y'all have the correct one. Anthony Hernandez, number 1. What was his? Confident?
He said it was his mom, and then he explained that, and then his dad, he did separately.
Okay.
Because there
What was the reason why?
his dad, because he wishes him to be more like a better person athletically and overall.
Okay. What about number 2, John?
Oh, for Anthony, they working for me.
You didn't put anything? Okay.
Trick question.
2 points. Dean.
Yes, sir.
What was Dean's number 1? Ronquillo?
His mom.
Why? Who do you trust?
Zeke.
Zeke?
Because she's always there for him.
What was there? Good. What was there for? Number 2, Carlos. What was Dean's number 2? What was his strength?
Post.
Give me a little bit more.
In the paint.
4. John Reeves. Jordan.
His parents.
Why?
Because they're always there for him, and he tells them everything they push him to be a better person. They made him how he is. He is who he is.
Okay. They gave him advice when?
Whenever he asked for it and needed it, whenever he was in trouble.
In trouble. Good job. Good job, Luke. Number 2. Shane.
His like heart and like being hyped man.
Hype for who?
Each of us.
What do you call y'all?
His brothers.
Okay.
What are you doing, brother?
6 so far. Who we got next? Aaron Vincent. Alex. Aaron Vincent's most important person was who and why?
His friend, because he always has his back and they're always looking out for him.
John. And number 2? Hernandez. Number 2.
Number 2 is
What was number 2?
defense.
Huh?
Defense.
Defense? Not defense.
Who do you trust?
Zeke?
Courage.
Courage. Give Zeke that one. Okay. He was D'ing up our post back there. Alright. Number 1. Aaron Ronquillo. John?
His parents.
Why?
Because they're there for them when he needs them.
His parents were, but why?
I don't know how to explain this. Like, he's always doing stuff like for him to help him out. Like,
There you go. You want?
Number 2.
Okay, that's good. Doing a lot for him. Good. Okay. Number 2, Pierce.
Shooting, but he would like to get better at his craft.
That is crap. Well done. Alright, 10. So far, so good. Jordan Walters. Luke.
His number 1 was his grandparents, because even though he's not super close with them, he can, like, they're always there for him and listening to him, right? You can tell them anything. And
What was the first thing you said about his grandparents? He's
even
not-
though they don't know him the best, he's always there for
There
him.
you go.
He's listening.
Okay, they're always there for him. Good. And number 2, Zeke.
His 3D.
3 and D. Good. Alright. Next one, Shane Huseman. Ronquillo. Who's his number 1?
It's Ryan, his brother.
Okay, why?
He's always helping him get better at what he does.
Who do you
I'm going to take the 1, but I'm not going to count it until I get why.
His brother, because he's been his best friend forever.
Good.
Best friend.
And also sometimes my greatest rival.
I didn't say that out loud though. I meant to cross that out, but.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
But that makes
It would
sense.
be-
You push each other,
Yeah.
right? So that's good. And number 2, what was Shane's? Carlos. What was Shane's number 2? What is his strongest feature on the court? I'll take it with just one word because it sums it up.
Footwork.
Huh?
Footwork.
I got one
Footwork.
more.
It's 1X.
Who
Who can answer it, Pierce?
He's a good passer and he makes plays flow smoothly.
Okay, I was looking for a playmaker too. Right, good job. Very well done. All right, 1X. Got 13. Pierce.
Yes.
Ding. Who is Pierce's?
Himself.
Why?
Because at the end, you'll only have yourself.
It's up to me. It's good. And number 2. We should all be. Everybody answer that. Pierce's strength is what?
Defense.
Thank you. All right, Alex Valdez.
My mom,
Why?
because he's always there for him when in times of troubles and stuff, because that's your mom.
Oh, the Beatles song, In Times of Trouble. That's good. Little Mary Jane. All right, and looks out for me. Number 2. We all know Alex's strength, everybody.
Crossover.
Okay. All right, so we are at 16. We got 3 more left. Okay. Carlos. Jordan.
His mother mostly, but his dad too.
Okay, why his mom? You emphasize mom. Why?
Because he's closer to her, and she helps him more, I guess. So she.
Always there for him. Always there for him. That's all right. And number 2 is what?
His mid-range shots.
Mid-range shot. Okay. No space for error. Luke.
I know this.
Ronquillo.
His dad.
His dad, correct? Why? This one was good. His dad, why?
To be a better athlete. Man.
To be a better man, right? And then what else? And teaches you.
Teaches me what I need to know so I'm not lost in the world.
Lost in the world was the other one. Is that what you were gonna say? All right, and number 2. Luke put quite a bit, but give me 2. Give me 2. You want to name one? Okay.
He's a good passer. He has a good vision of the court, and he's a decent shooter and ball handler. Right? And good space maker.
There you go. So it's
Good job.
You say space. Good job. Good job. All right.
We did it.
We got one more. Last one. Zeke. Number 1. Hernandez. Zeke.
God, wait. It's God and his mom. God because God always guides him and leads him in life, and his mom. Yes, yeah, exactly.
Same. You said the same, right? Good job. And number 2 is what? Shane.
His ball.
His ball handling. More importantly,
So like his endurance during
his endurance. Well done, guys. Well done.
We did it.
We got 20.
I was gonna say,
Should be 21.
should have 24.
Alright, so now I'm going to give you 30 seconds to line up in the prayer. Go.
First Timothy 1:7.
Give us.
I'm 1:7. For God,
I'm pretty sure I'm one of the last.
did not.
Who did not? He did not.
So
I'm
give
myself.
us
I'm 1:7.
a spirit
I'm
of cowardice,
but
but rather
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
of strength, power, of love,
10.
of self-control.
Okay, it should be Zeke. What were yours?
1:7. For God, give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather of power.
And love.
Self-control.
Good work, guys. We did it! Good work, good work. Take a seat.
We cleared out till 10.
Jordan. 50v50.
Alright,
Secured that victory.
so throughout, that finishes our activities for today, but I have a couple questions I want to ask. What was the most difficult part of today? What'd you say? The physical side, okay? What else?
To know your
Carlos?
Getting to know your brothers.
Getting to know, just trying to remember everybody's most important person, even what they do on the court.
Or rather remembering the whole thing, because we knew like the person, just not one.
Right. The small details. It's important to know the small details. Before I ask more questions on this, I want you to understand a group, there is winning and losing. Easily. Winning and losing. Why? When we have a group, you win or lose. Those are your 2 options. Why? As a group. What would you say, John?
You still have schools.
Hmm?
You still like the skills.
Okay, the skill set, but why is there a losing part of that?
Because you're not going through your teammates, you're going through yourself.
More egocentric, right? More egocentric. What?
If you're just a group and not a team, you don't learn from it as a whole.
Right. 1 might, 2 might, 3 might, but are all 12 learning, right? As a team, there's no losing as a team. There's no such thing as losing because we're going to grow and pick. There should be some type of camaraderie to pick each other up and get out of those holes as a whole. Because if one is down, we all make sure that we're all understanding the big picture at the end of the season, right? Okay, so I asked you, what was the hardest? Physical? Does anybody agree with the physical? Was that pretty tough? That was tough because we had to hit time, right? That was really hard trying to hit time. Now, on communicating, do you believe we can take things from here, on the court, outside the court, on the bus trips, where we eat? Can we utilize what we just did here on Monday when we practice? How?
Because we all know each other's strengths on the court, so we can use those to the advantage.
Good. Making sure we're floor spacing and we know, well, if Luke can create space, that means we know that's going to get us open more, right? Or individually as your guards or posts, okay? The other question, how can the communication help not only within our team but outside the team? How can this communication, what we learned here, help outside the team, Dean?
Keep saying it again.
How can the communication that we learned today help with others outside of this team, outside of this brotherhood that we're trying to build? In what ways?
I don't know.
What do you think? Alex?
Listening.
Just
Listening
li-
to each other.
That's pretty tough, having to know 12 or 11 other guys and know 2 different questions about them in a time of, 45 minutes. Pierce?
Everything we did was like team building, like literally having each other's backs.
Good.
And any team building makes a team stronger, and the stronger the team is, then the better it is, like everywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We don't want to create a knot. We don't want knots, right? Because whenever we have knots, what happens? If we had this long string, but if we had knots in between each, why can this be much stronger than this? Knots create what?
Pressure.
Pressure and tension. So it's easy to break, right? If I have a knot, you just break that off. We want to be one whole unit straight through. That means we can't have cliques within our group, right? We can't have knots. We got to be one long, unified string. Okay, that's how we should look at it, okay? My last question is, did anybody get frustrated at all through the activity? Did anybody get upset, frustrated at somebody else? I saw a couple faces, and I saw body language on the X's. Did we get frustrated, and why? John?
Not really on this, but on the running part.
Okay. Go ahead. Let them know.
I didn't you, but I was pretty mad. It was like we were sprinting pretty fast, and you had to walk because you were at the back.
That can be frustrating, right, Pierce?
I got a little bit frustrated whenever some people like didn't know the stuff about the other people.
On this, okay, the in classroom. Luke,
Whenever Anthony said defense for Vincent.
that made you frustrated, right?
A little bit.
So when we get frustrated on those, what does that make us? We have to be accountable, right? Think about that. On the court, if somebody doesn't curl hard enough on a pin down screen or a down screen, and that's just part of the rotation, and it screws up the other person's rotation on the left side, are we going to be upset? Especially the person that's supposed to receive the ball on a rotated 3. I would be very upset. So you got to be accountable for yourself. Okay? Very proud of what y'all did today. I hope this helps. I really do. All right, clap it up. Let's break out. Let's break out one time. Only us on 3.
Where's Marcos?
Does anybody know where Marcos is?
He's babysitting.
Only us on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Only
us.
All right, take a seat real quick.
I know you don't remember.
Now, well done, guys. I'm very happy with what we did today. But I hope we can bring it Monday. Okay? I'm loving what I'm seeing, Zeke, look at me. I'm loving what I'm seeing during these training camps. Okay? Through this preseason. I am loving it. Okay? I know I'm getting intense and I didn't show my best emotion the other day. And that's something I gotta work on. We gotta face those things. We gotta sacrifice. I gotta sacrifice being emotional. I'm so used to it, but that's something I gotta sacrifice for y'all. We gotta be patient at this time, right? And y'all gotta be patient too. But y'all gotta bring in every single day. That's what I ask, okay? Every single day. Because you get to go home and relax. After you're done, you get this weekend, long weekend. We don't have Monday, sorry, Wednesday. On Wednesday. But going into each basketball training, understand that October 15th is what? And you know it's going to get intense. Everything's going to be quick. Everything's going to be intense. Fireworks are going to spark. But we're not ever going to be in a hurry. We're going to be a really good team if we learn to utilize our emotions and learn to stabilize everything and control the game. What did we learn on our 4-on-4? Zeke wasn't here, right? Was Zeke here on the 4-on-4?
Yes, he was.
Oh, you weren't. So what did we learn when we went on the 4-on-4s? What were some things we need to take from that, Luke?
Spots can be changed as quick as a snap or something.
Right. Again, we're not in competition. I know who's going to play for me. I know it. But if somebody's showing out that week, you got to play them. You got to take minutes from somebody. Okay? And that's not, and if you're one to get mad about that, are you egocentric or are you task oriented? You're all about yourself. We're here for a task. We're here for a goal. We're not here for you. Okay? So keep that in mind. But you still need to compete at a high level in order to. I mean, it'd be nice if we could play all of y'all, but it's not going to happen. Okay? What else? What else did we learn on that 4-on-4?
We need to get used to different formations because we're not used to having different people, different spots, like having Pierce at the post.
Right. That's going to be a big change for a lot of us. Even myself putting Pierce there. But the beauty of it is, if Pierce has a big man on him, they realize, oh, this guy can post up, what are we going to go into? That's the beauty of having Pierce in there. But then I guarantee you most of the teams aren't going to know this guy's a post. He's going to go in there and they're going to put a guard on him and we're going to have mismatches all day. Okay? That's what we want. That's what we want. But you got to develop your sigma, your strong, shoulder checks, all of that. You got to develop in the post. But you're also a guard. You got to know that. You're playing both. You're a hybrid. Who's my hybrids in here? Carlos and Marcos. Okay? Hybrid, that's where we're at this point. We have a team that we can play so many different positions. We don't even have to play Dean. And we can run the ball. And then whenever we know we have a team and Dean gets tired, Dean doesn't have the oxygen like Zeke. We know that. We know that. And it's never going to develop. Football last year was hard. But Dean was still out, not out of shape, but his in shape is different from y'all's. So subbing him in and out is going to be a beautiful thing because when he comes in, he's going to be fresh. Getting boards, strong moves. Once we see him tired, pull him out, go small ball, and we're running. Okay? It's going to be beautiful if y'all are willing to create it together. We have any knots, we're breaking off, and it's over. Y'all got to figure it out next week. Okay? Y'all did a lot of good things this week. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this kid over here, Carlos. I'm loving what I'm seeing. He's getting it. And we're excited to have you here. But everybody's got to pull their own string. Everybody's got to be accountable for their own spots. Okay? You don't know a play, you better study. You're going to have plays. You're going to have them physically in your hand. I don't know this play. Look at it. You're going to be able to read. We're already coming out with plays. We're ready. We wiped out. We have angel formations, but plays are going to be named totally different. It's going to be a whole system. So who's going to orchestrate it? I don't know. Who's going to be at what spots? Everything's going to be to a T. So everybody's got to be accountable.
I was just gonna say, the whole knot thing. How knots are supposed to make the rope stronger? Like not as in like clicks and stuff, but instead of drawing just a line, can we just make one big knot?
But the knot constricts the inside rope and it's easier.
Well, on the ends of that knot, there's so much pressure. If I was to pull on that end, that's where the breaking was happening. But I was also thinking, I did a paper last week on hair pulling in the NFL. Okay, hair pulling in the NFL. It was ethics. Why that should be? Why is that unsportsmanlike? Because it's legal in the NFL. You can pull hair and tackle by the hair. And so Troy Polamalu. Does anybody know who Troy Polamalu is? He had like Zeke's hair, but down to here. He's Samoan, so they don't cut their hair. And so he had long hair, and they pulled it down, and it almost ripped his whole skull off. Or his like the top part of the scalp. I said skull, scalp. Part of his scalp out, and he had a concussion because of the whiplash. And then that was 3 other times people with dreads got their hair pulled, but it just came right out. Didn't hurt them. They didn't even feel it. The 3 times that it happened, they didn't even feel it. Why? Because the dreads are knotted. They're just able to rip those out easily. And a lot of them, they're weaves. A lot of them are fake. It's true. They're weaves. They're not even real hair. But Arizona had real hair, and the guy pulled out a whole handful of it. He's like, and during the interview, he said, I didn't even feel it. I didn't notice it until I saw it on the ground. It was because they're knotted up and they're just easy to pull out. So that's what I was thinking on the knots. Okay, but you do. I mean, it does make sense with it. But that's what we're looking for. We don't want clicks. We don't want knots in this group. Okay. So everybody turn this way. We got the approval on the jerseys. But we cannot have retro. I'm about